man. Welcome back to the channel, man. I know I ain't been on this thing in a minute, man, and you know what? That's one reason why I want to come to you guys today, man, and talk about a situation that we don't too much talk about in the black community, man, but it's a real big problem. And even though a lot of you might not know this, but depression is like one of the #1 killer of our kind, man, and that's just facts. Now, the first thing we want to talk about with depression is what is depression. I've experienced depression a lot in my life, you know, with death in the family, and just going with situations that might occur that you have no control over, or it might be seasonal or situational. So sometimes, you know, those situations or the season you may go through might cause depression and you don't know how to stop it. So we finna talk about what is depression. So I wrote down some notes to kind of keep upwind on the topic and to stay on the situation. Depression is a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Also called major depressive disorder or clinical depression. It affects how you feel, think, and behave, and can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. Now, I know a lot of you might not know what's really going on with yourself, but before we get into that, you know what? Let's talk about some of the different types of depression. So we got, and this is just a few. We got major depression, persistent depression, manic depression or bipolar disorder, depressive psychosis, perinatal depression, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, seasonal depression, and situational depression. Now, some of the symptoms of depression and what you might be going through right now that you really don't understand what you really going through. So I'm gonna tell you what those are. So some of the symptoms are, so with your mood, anxiety, apathy, general discontent, guilt, hopelessness, loss of interest or pleasure in activities, mood swings, or sadness. Then you have behavioral symptoms, agitation, excessive crying, irritability, restlessness, or social isolation. Then for your sleep, you got early awakening, excess sleepiness, insomnia. You got, it affects your whole body, which is excessive hunger, fatigue, or loss of appetite. Then you got cognitive, which is lack of concentration, slowness in activity, or thoughts of suicide, which can be very dangerous. You got weight gain or weight loss. Then you got also in common is poor appetite or repeatedly going over thoughts. Like you consistently have to go over the same thoughts over and over again. It's like you can't let it die, or you can't leave it in the past. That's actually a symptom of depression, in which I never knew that myself, because I've had some things that I probably, you know, should have let go, but I'm not able to let go myself, you know, which happened in my childhood and stuff like that. So with me and my pops, but I'm learning every day how to get through those things. Now let's talk about some ways to overcome depression. Now I'm gonna talk about the ways. These are not scientific ways, because I didn't really look up the scientific methods of getting rid of depression, because I don't want to come to you and feed you nothing that I've seen on the internet and tell you, hey, this is exactly how you do that. Because I don't want to be that type of person that just give you scientific facts from what their studies were. You know, scientific facts are only studies that they tested on certain people. You know, it could have been a certain demographic. It could have been a certain ethnic group. I don't know. All I can tell you is what works for me. So the #1 thing that helps you get over depression is purpose. Kings, queens, every day we're born, right? But a lot of people wonder, like, what's my purpose? You might go well throughout your life and never know what your purpose is. That's because you don't actually make something your purpose. Purpose don't automatically, well, sometimes purpose do automatically come. Like when something happens, like in the black community, we've been experiencing a lot of deaths with police brutality, right? That brings purpose to some people, to march and to protest and to stand up for what they feel is right. That bring purpose. Now, as you're getting older, you have kids, right? Everybody got kids, man. Come on, man. So, with that being said, with you having kids, kids can be purpose. Now, one of my purposes is, and that something that keeps me going and keeps me looking forward to the future, is that I have a son, I have a little king, and I got a little queen, man. You know? So, and with them, they help me keep in my purpose. Because one thing, if you don't have a legacy for your kids, you want to leave a legacy for your children. You want to be able to make their life easier than your life was. Even if your life was easy. I'm going to just tell you, mine wasn't. And I had to grind for everything I've gotten so far. And it's been with trials and tribulations that I had to get over in order to reach the point where I'm at now. I'm still far from where I want to be, but I'm moving. I'm getting up every day, man. It ain't how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. That may sound cliche to a lot of you, but you don't understand that that's the truth. If you get knocked down and you stay down, you will never know what you could become. You'll never know what your purpose is. And having depression is one of those things that knock you down, and it can actually deliver a crushing blow to your ego, to everything, your thoughts, your frequency. If you're in the wrong frequency, you ain't gonna get nothing accomplished. Now, even me with doing this video, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, son. I got motivated to do the video because, as you all know, on August the 28th, you know what? Matter of fact, that was my little brother's birthday. Happy birthday, little bro. And that's actually the day that Chadwick Boseman died. You know, he was the Black Panther, if a lot of you didn't know, in which I'm pretty sure everybody in the black community, hell, I'm pretty sure everybody know who Chadwick Boseman was. Well, he had been battling with, colon cancer for quite a while, since like 2016, I think. So now, what motivated me to do this video is that Chadwick Boseman, during the time that he was sick, he was still working in his purpose. Not knowing if he had long or not. He still got up every day and did something, because I feel like in his time, he had a purpose to actually bring us, to build us up. Kids now could see a black superhero. We never had that before. We never had nothing to look up to, in our community that could kind of motivate us to get us where we needed to be. So I felt like he brought that, and he played some iconic roles. A lot of you may know, I'm from Augusta, Georgia, man. Home of James Brown. If you didn't know, now you know. So I've actually met James Brown on a couple occasions. I was walking to school one day, and James Brown asked me to read a piece out the newspaper. And he said that if I read this piece, we was at Gurley's off Laney Walker Boulevard. So I was walking to school, and we met James Brown. He pulled up in his limo. He asked me to read a piece of, because James Brown, man, I don't think he could read at this time. So he asked me to read a little clip, and he gave me $5. Of course, I went in the store and did what I did with it. Got me some candy or whatever. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But the point of that is, what I'm saying? He was trying to influence, as well as Chadwick Boseman, by playing those roles of James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall. He played a lot of iconic roles that you guys should go check out if you haven't watched. Actually, I need to go and check out the Thurgood Marshall one, because I need to really see that. So now, back to on depression, right? So Chadwick Boseman, he brought himself to work even when I know he was sick. I know he didn't feel like getting up some days. Man, if you don't know, chemo will tear your body apart, man. Sometimes people are not even healthy enough to go through chemo. But he still found a way to get up and move through that sickness, even having in his mind that he might not make it to live past 43. He still got up and he did something. And that motivated me, man. Some of us sit up here and we got our full health and we not doing nothing with it, King. We ain't doing nothing with it. We got to move. The more you sit down and the more you wait, the more life is going to pass you by. Now, I really want to come on here and we talk about depression. And I want you guys to put in the comment or put in the comments that, you know what I'm saying, some of the things that helps you get over depression. Because I'm going to just tell you a few things with me. Music is a big one. Music can help get your frequency right. Music can put you in a mood that can make you happy, sad. It can motivate you. It can inspire you. Music can do a lot of things. And music is also, it's a worldwide language that everybody understands. You don't even have to know English and you can understand what music is. And it can speak to you. Now, like I told you, my kids, they gave me purpose. That helps me get out of depression. Just thinking about them and how their life would be if I was to leave this world and not try to do nothing with my life. Now, another thing is, as you can see, I'm sitting on the background of Call of Duty Warzone. I like to play games in my spare time, man. Or any chance I get. I play with my little brother. I play with my son. You know, because unfortunately my son don't live with me. He stay in California, but I still play with him just about every day or every other day. And we talk just about every day or every other day. I make sure I get it in with him, Kings. And that time, sometimes you can't replace time. Anything in this world you can replace but time. Because when you do something and waste that time, you can't get it back. No matter how much you do. No matter what you done felt like you wasted that time on, you can never get that time back. Now, I'm trying to make sure I make smarter decisions and I'm spending my time where it really matters. That was also one thing that Chadwick Boseman, he had an interview with Larry King, and he said that Larry King asked him, I think this was, I don't know exactly the date, but I think it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, Larry King interviewed him, probably after the Black Panther. He gained all his fame from Black Panther. And he asked him, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And he said, hopefully he's making family happy. He didn't say anything about the fame. He didn't say anything about the money. He just mentioned briefly to be successful, but he more so mentioned a family. Because those are things that really matter. It's good to leave your print on the world, but it's also good to spend time where time is needed. And family can help you get through things. Despite all of the other stuff people say about family, family can help you get through it. Now, those were just some ways that I get over my depression. Feel free to put in the comment box of how you get over your depression and the things that you actually do to make sure that you stand on a high frequency so that you can keep getting stuff to vibrate your way that's successful. Man, that's been a quick video from your boy Beard Samson. Hey man, make sure y'all get in the comment box. Listen, this is one thing I wanted to talk about on my channel. I wanted to actually talk to you guys about stuff like this, man. I want to be able to come to you daily and have daily talks with you. You know, it's just about some stuff that I'm going through or stuff that you may be going through. You can also email me at beardedsamson@gmail.com. Again, that's beardedsamson@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram every now and then at Beard Samson. I'm not on there too much, man, but leave me a message or something, man, and I'll check them and we can get in it. Or I'll make it a point to start getting in there and checking the messages so that I can get back with you guys, man, because I've been through some bad times, man. You know, and I feel like some of the best teachers is experience. And I've experienced a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, losing my mom. It's just a lot of stuff, man. So I can offer some type of relief or some type of comfort in whatever you may going through. Just send me an email. Let me know what's going on with you. Hit me in the comment box and we're going to get to it, man. Once again, it's been Beard Samson. Thank you for tuning back into the channel, and I'll get with you kings and queens on the next one. All right.